The project entailed a major upgrade of the Trans-Canada Highway through Vancouver from the eastern suburbs right through to the crossing of Vancouver Harbour at Second Narrows. It involved widening and reconstruction of about 275 lane kilometers of freeway. Well, the project came along mainly because of congestion. It's the only major thoroughfare into the eastern part of the city from south of the Fraser River, and it had just become completely congested. It was stifling growth. It was stifling growth of the residential communities south of the Fraser River, and it was probably the biggest bottleneck in the province at that time.
Upgrading a highway through such an urban environment is complicated. It's complicated because you have 100,000 plus vehicles traveling through the corridor. The requirement by the ministry was that during daytime hours, particularly rush hours, we were not allowed to close any lanes. All the work had to happen while keeping those 100,000 vehicles still moving through the corridor.
At the west end of the bridge, there's quite a congested interchange we call the Cape Horn interchange. That area itself is a very congested area where we have a major freeway, we have a secondary highway, we have major rail lines, we have all kinds of major utilities going through that all get squeezed down into a very narrow corridor and then fans out again. That whole Cape Horn interchange was so complex that it was set up as a separate component, a separate segment of the whole project on its own, just to deal with the complexity. The sheer coordination and bringing everybody together in a coordinated team to pull this off was actually a very difficult proposition.
It's easy to underestimate the scope of this project. In that 37 kilometers, you have the main bridge, of course. You also have 38 highway interchange bridges. You've got 14 interchanges. You've got another 6 bridges that we widened and we seismically retrofitted. You've got another 50 retaining walls, countless property acquisition plans, utilities, something in the order of 35 kilometers of utility relocates. This is a massive job, biggest in transportation history in BC. We assembled 250 technical professionals and we put them all under one roof. We called it co-location. And for 5 years, we all worked together. It wasn't just the design consultants though, it was the contractor as well. That type of collaboration is integral to the success of the job.
The most satisfying moment was standing on the top of the South Tower where I could see the entire project. You know, there's very few people who have been able to look at a project like that from that vantage point. A rewarding part of this to me was simply being involved in such a large, complex project, being able to contribute to something that was very difficult to pull off.
What does BC get out of the Port Mann Highway 1 improvement project? You're saving 40 minutes of your commuting day driving from Langley into Vancouver. You're getting a safer highway. You are getting a more reliable highway. This project doesn't just impact Vancouver. This is a project that impacts Canada.